There it is. So close to regular season starting, dude. So close. I don't know how you feeling. Andy, you there? Whew, so close. So close to regular season starting. Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's nice. Gets me in the mood.
You're muted. You're still muted.
No, I'm not.
Unless I'm wrong here.
No, I'm coming in loud and clear.
Okay, then it's me. What is going on today?
Do a quick refresh. Yeah. Let's get into it. Oh, feeling ready for everyone.
What is happening today?
Should be good to go now. Check your audio settings real quick. Oh, we're getting a little tech difficulties. We'll get to it in a minute, guys. Let Andy get his shit together real quick. Oh, that was a fun one. I'm ready for the regular season to start. I don't know about you guys. I'm very, very ready for the regular season to start. Let's try that. Yeah, I know Steph agrees with me. Give it a second here. We'll get up and running in a second now. I think I fixed it, Andy. Does that work?
Hello, test.
Yeah, you're coming in fine.
I can't hear you. I could hear you in our pre-show, but I'm lost. I'm lost now.
Let me try one thing here. Let's remove this. Is this better?
Wow.
Can you check that you don't have the room on mute?
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're good. You said
you good?
Okay. Jeez. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, guys. It's my fault. We'll start now.
It's all good. It's all good. We're preseason, buddy. Preseason.
I'm so sorry.
This is all we got to work the kinks out. So I got to work the kinks out. Appreciate everyone coming through, guys. Let's get the show started.
All right.
Presented by Prize Picks. Get $50 instantly. in lineups when you play your first $5 and you use the promo code welcome one and all to Light Years. Andy Lou?
Yes, I'm here.
I am officially like, there's one more preseason game, but tonight was the night where I'm like, I'm ready for the regular season to start. I'm ready. I'm ready for the regular season to start. I'm not saying anything wrong about the preseason, but you need like a 2 to 3 of these games, and then it's like, all right, enough of this. That's not to say I didn't enjoy it. That's not to say there aren't good things to talk about after tonight, but I officially got that itch. I don't know about you. I officially got the itch.
I watched Steph Curry go for 30 in like 10 minutes, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm ready to go, dude. He's ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm with you all the way, man. It's like the NFL, where the NFL I feel like just keeps deleting preseason games and just like keeps adding on regular season games. Since the NBA will never delete regular season games, should we just take out half these preseason games and just throw it on, make it an 85 game regular season or something? I'm with you. I'm ready to go. Next week, this time, I'm ready.
I mean, the Warriors they're both taking the preseason seriously, which I appreciate. They want to get off to a good start, but there's also that, last on Sunday, no Steph, no Horford. Tonight, no Draymond, no Jimmy either game. He's got an ankle tweak. From everything that we've heard about it, it seems more like a precautionary thing, although, it's always like, we know they're an older roster, so anytime I hear anything, I'm like, here we go, but it does kind of get to your point of, it's not a full NFL preseason where you don't see CMC or Trent Williams just like even put on a helmet, but it's like kind of like that. Either way, this felt like the game where Steph was like, all right, I'm gonna push myself a little bit.
Yep.
Just to make sure I got my legs, I'm physically where I want to be. And he looked amazing. There's some other cool things, but like, yeah, my takeaway from this is these dudes are ready for the regular season.
I think so. This is, I'll keep going back to it. I think there are some things I am concerned about, but the positive stuff is they're as locked into playing with real intensity right off the bat. Like, they're not going into the season saying, we'll figure it out by game 30. Like, we'll figure it out by the trade deadline. Maybe we'll make something happen. Nah, like, they're ready to go. They're ready to win the first 5 games. They're ready to go 7-3, 8-2, 15-6 or whatever it is. Like, they're ready to really jumpstart the season. And I wish Jimmy was out there, because I think that's like, for me, that's like the biggest thing about this. That's what makes this team a contender. But I believe you. I mean, if they think he's going to be ready to go, he's ready to go. I don't know if I saw him there on the bench today, so I don't know if he was there. Maybe he's just getting treatment at home. But yeah, man, like they're. I don't know if you want to go into the players yet, but just guys are ready to play. These guys are ready to play, all of them.
Yeah, so like I'm going to go bigger picture than just the Blazers game, but obviously we're going to talk about the Blazers game just by virtue of the way conversations go. I think my big take from watching the Warriors in the preseason is, 1, they have a lot of depth. 2, this feels like the most defined roster they've had since 2022. And by that, I mean, there's no like, oh, well, if this guy figures out this, if this guy figures out that, like they're built around their core 4 old guys. Like, everyone's going to make fun of them for how old they are, but like, the offense is running through Steph, it's running through Jimmy, it's running through Draymond, it's running through Horford. In Draymond's case, he's a facilitator. In Steph's case, he's like the greatest scorer of all time. But like, the team is very defined. Like, those are the 4 guys the offense is going to run through, and everyone has to figure out how to play through those guys. And then, Will Richard's actually kind of a perfect example, and this is a perfect segue for me to get into it. It's like, okay, they got a rookie, proven college player, 4-year player. Fitz going to love saying 4-year player with him every time. But, like, guy, he was a key piece on a championship team in college who played this same role in college. He's not coming into the Warriors, with aspirations of being a star. He's not coming into the Warriors with aspirations that he wants to figure out who he is as a player. He knows who he is as a player. He knows his job is to go out there and defend, hit open shots when he gets them, and make quick decisions. Like, in his mind, he strikes me as a guy who, and I'm not going to say he's going to be this guy, but like KCP is who he wants to be. He's not out here trying to be like, I want to see if I can be Klay Thompson. I want to see if I can get my shot right and be like that type of guy. And so I think that also, contributes to the roster just making more sense. Like everyone knows their role and where they fit in on this team. And if you got high level players and you got players who understand their role and you got a coaching staff who's clear, it's a good place to start. Like I feel maybe not as optimistic as ESPN. ESPN's feeling real good about the Warriors.
We'll get to that.
We'll
get to that.
But like it does feel like a team who, for all the two timeline stuff and all the like conflicting priorities, feels like if nothing else, there's clear identity and like priorities of where they want to go with this.
I don't think I could have put it any better. I swear to the listeners here, we didn't rehearse this. I don't know how to say it any better. Like Will Richard is actually, I'm kind of gonna ride the train here, is actually the like he is actually the theme, I feel like, of this season, where with 2019 when they kind of took a year off, or 2020 and then 2021 where they took a year off. 2021 things were a mess with the injury, with Klay's injury, and then 2022 was where they all of a sudden, okay, we're going to go get the right vets, right? We're going to sit these rookies. We're not going to play them because they're not good enough to play, and they won a championship. So they had to take 2 years to get there, 2 years of messing around, 2 years of injuries, 2 years of, like things didn't work out. Now, I'm not saying this is the same thing because it literally is 3 years later. So these guys are older, but they spend another 2 years after that, 2023, 2024, again, messing around, right? Years and games and games of guys either missing games or giving playing time to players that don't deserve them. And Will Richard is not the end all be all, but the point you're trying to make is they've now gone back to, why don't we just get an Otto Porter because Otto Porter fits us? Why don't we just Damian Lee? He fits us. Is he going to win us games? Probably not. Is he going to be that guy that can play 26 minutes a game in the regular season and help towards winning games and not lose games? Damian Lee was that guy. And so Will Richard feels like that type of player where it's just like consistently he's going to play all these games and he's not going to lose the team games more often than not, versus you go up and down the roster right now. I honestly can't name you more than one or two players maybe that don't fit the roster. And we haven't heard that about this team since 2022. So say what you will about how long it took, but we're here. And that's why they were projected to win 70 games. 63 games.
And it's like, if you really want to distill it, I wouldn't say it's a full bet on Steph and Jimmy, but it is kind of these are our guys. We're going to put players in position to play off of them, and we're going to go as far as that takes us. Whereas in the past, I feel like they were trying to thread the needle with like, okay, well, Steph's the guy on this team, but like this guy could be anything. Let's see if we can figure out who he is while trying to win. And that just never works. That never works,
Never does. Never does. In any sport.
You know who Will Richard reminds me of? He reminds me of like 5 different guys on the Thunder, which isn't to say he'll be as good as those guys because that's a very unrealistic thing for a rookie. But what I really thought made the Thunder a difficult team to beat was they had their superstar. Shea's a superstar, might be the best player. Like he might be the best player in the league. He's on the short list of guys that good. You can definitely build a championship offense around him. That's been proven. They just surrounded him and Jalen Williams with as many dogs who are willing to just do the dirty work and hopefully could hit enough shots. Sometimes the Lou Dort hits a shot, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes the Cassano Wallace hits a shot, sometimes he doesn't. But they just go out there and get guys who, number one, you're never going to walk away from a game and be like, man, they didn't really try that hard on defense. They're always going to play like their hair is on fire. Number two, they're physical and aggressive. Number three, they can sort of hit enough shots. They look like they can hit enough shots. They try to hit enough shots.
Just enough, to win a championship. They literally just hit enough shots.
And then 4, like they know who they are. There's no like, I hit 3 shots last game, so let me get an ISO this game. They understand their role is to play off ball, swing, swing. If I'm open, shoot it. Strikes me as those type of players, which, like, honestly, kind of, if you look at the NBA, it really is just kind of the good teams are, I have my main 2 to 3 guys, and then everyone else plays like that. And the good teams are like that, and the bad teams have guys like Rui Hachimura
All
and
right.
I'm being a
DeAndre,
bully.
De-
But no, but
DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton, they got guys who don't want to do those things and they lie to themselves and say they will do those things.
Well, like Rui Hachimura literally was like in the Minnesota series was like, well, we need more bigs to get a rebound, buddy. You are the fucking big. Go get a goddamn rebound. They don't pay. They don't pay you to shoot 20 times a game, man. That's Luka and LeBron jobs. Go get in the fucking paint and get a rebound. You're exactly right. Which is why Potts averages the most goddamn rebounds on this team, even though he's 6'4", 6'5". Like, why should he be averaging 7 rebounds a game? So let's go down the list. Right?
6'5", he's got the headband.
6'7", actually 6'7". He was not good tonight shooting, so we're not gonna talk about that though. We're gonna ignore that because he was plus 10. So look, so Will Richards 1, so we can count him as 1. Moses Moody's 2. DeAnthony Melton's when he's back is 3. GP2's
I would honestly
4.
throw Pods in there too.
I was
a little different
5.
game, but he's like, I actually think you learn more about Pods in bad games than good games because he was horrible tonight. He couldn't hit a shot. There was that sequence in the third quarter where he gets a wide open 3, bricks it. I want to say Will Richard rebounded it and immediately kicked it out to him because he's wide open. Bricked it a second time, and I was just this is not good.
Yeah, that was.
If this is a real game, maybe Steve Kerr pulls him off the floor. It's like, it's not your night. But to your point, it doesn't really affect his effort level and other things he does, which is why he stays in the rotation. And as frustrating as it is, the variance between like the Laker game where I'm just like, is this the new Derek White? Do we get Tyrese Halliburton 2.0? And then this game where I'm like, is Pat Spencer better than him? Like the effort doesn't change,
Well, of those guys, I think I just counted 5 guys. 5 guys that the Warriors can throw around as defensive guys that can play defense. And I'm not counting Buddy Hield and Seth Curry and I'm not counting Kuminga in that list, but like those are guys that they're throwing around Steph and Jimmy, and then the guy that's really the leader of the really tough defensive, that's Draymond, right? Like that's the 6th guy, that's the guy that's the king of it all, that can provide the defense, the rebounding, the toughness. So yeah, I mean that's why this team is built so, like, they are built correctly. Like they are, they are missing 1 or 2 things we've talked about ad nauseum, but they've built this team to be a really really team. Yeah,
a little light in the front court. Like Al Horford
he looks good though.
Al Horford's exactly what you want, but behind him, it's like I love Quentin Post as the backup big.
He's fun.
I love TJD as like the 2nd, 3rd string big. I don't know how much I love both of them if Horford's sitting a bunch of games and they have to be the starting bigs, but like that's the reality. And that's kind of the catch-22 of this team. I like the way they fit together. It's not perfect, but I like the way it fits together when the old guys are there. But when old guys start missing games, then it's a question. Then it comes down to who's going to take a leap, and I'm not sure they have guys who take leaps on this team.
Yeah. You want to go to some of the negatives before we go to break? You want to do that?
Yeah, let's start.
Since we're going down that break. Yeah, since we're going down that road, we should probably do that.
Yeah, I mean I'll let you go. I actually didn't really have too much I wanted to get off my chest right now.
Yeah, I think I kind of mentioned earlier I really wanted to see Jimmy before the preseason ended. I don't know if he's going to play again. I think the Warriors have, maybe 1 game left. I don't remember.
It's 1 left.
1 left. So we'll see if he plays. But I think the age stuff is just still there. I mean, it's not anything new. It's just look, Jimmy rolled an ankle a week ago, and they said it was okay. Then all of a sudden today they're like, well, he got an MRI. First of all, never a good thing you get an MRI. Like you don't just get MRIs. Like I don't know, man. Maybe that's a thing now. Maybe that's the protocol, but I don't think you just go get MRIs.
Yeah,
But they
you
do
make
the
as much
MRI.
money as he does. You better he gets an MRI if he wakes up feeling weird.
Feeling
Let's
a
do
little
it.
achy, just gets an MRI. So yeah,
Too big an investment to not.
yeah, so maybe that's the protocol now. But all of a sudden, look, he can't play. And they're like, oh, it's still no big deal. It's like one of the things where it's like, all right, dude, stop telling me it's not a big deal. If you keep telling me it's not a big deal, I'm gonna think it's a big deal. And they're doing the same thing with Moody. It's like, oh, MRI on the calf, it's not a big deal. You should be able to play. It's like, hey man, stop telling me it's not a big deal. If you're telling me it's not a big deal again, I'm worried that it's gonna be a problem. So obviously don't want that stuff to linger, but that's what it is with this team. I mean, you just mentioned it. There's really no way around it, right? It's just Jimmy hasn't played more than 60 games. I don't think like in years, in a very long time. So it's just one of those things. I have like Miami Heat guys that follow us, and they're just like, "Hey, get ready. This is the Jimmy experience, right? Like when he's on the court, he's going to be awesome. But you tell me when he's going to be on the court. We don't know. Not saying he's like doesn't want to play or anything. I just think this is what it is. Like he's just going to wake up. He's going to be achy. He's going to roll an ankle. He's going to miss a week and a half. So that's the only concern. So I'm like, other than that, I really don't have anything. Like even Kuminga looked really good tonight before he was ejected. So like I don't have anything in terms of concern, fit, talent, anything.
And I think that's actually kind of how Kuminga is going to really help this team, at least in the first half. Like there's this expectation he's going to be traded January. I am skeptical of that. It just feels like any time that you expect these things with the Warriors, it doesn't happen. But I'm not going to go down that path right now.
Yes, don't.
What I was going to say is he's never really figured out how to play around the stars, but what he has done has been able to play in a bigger role. Like it sounds counterintuitive, but it's actually the biggest issue they've run into with him, which is he can only be effective if he gets to play with the ball in his hands. He's never been able to scale down to do the Will Richard thing. You would think he could do what Will Richard does because he's more talented than him, but he hasn't shown that he can do that. Where he has shown that he's been successful is when Jimmy's out, when Steph's out, and they need someone who's going to use up the usage and get you 20 points, sometimes pretty, sometimes not. Someone who's going to be kind of a playmaker. He can do that stuff. And so, this is where the preseason with Jimmy being out kind of sucks because, like, I actually think they did need reps together so we could see where it could potentially work and where it couldn't. But on the flip side, with Jimmy being out, it is a reminder that, as much as this summer may have sucked, as much as everyone's signaling that he's going to move on and this isn't a long-term marriage and whatever language you want to use to make yourself feel good about it, he's going to help this team because the odds Jimmy plays 45 out of 50 games before the trade deadline are very small. The odds that Draymond does the same thing are very small, and there's going to be these opportunities where you're like, you know what? Could just use a guy who can run some offense through, even if it's not as clean or even if it's not what I want. And in preseason, he's looked good doing it. It's clearly the position he wants to play. So that's going to work for them too. That's another reason I'm kind of bullish on them with the depth. I don't know if this is why ESPN's bullish on them with depth, but throw that in there as well. Like they do have this backup option if Jimmy's out. Not saying he's going to be as good as Jimmy or anything, but a world where they don't have that, and it's a Trace Jackson Davis post up or like Will Richard or GP2 trying to get into it is worse than what this is.
Yep, I agree. Okay, let's get to the prediction stuff. I do want to talk about that. But before we do that, Light Years Podcast, we are brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks, you and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can't get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this football season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this summer. And listen, Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Look, every one of these reads, I always come with you with a player. Thursday night football, Sam. The Bengals play the Steelers. I think we've got like the 2 oldest quarterback matchups, dude. We got Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
Oh, I got a.
What you got?
I'm feeling Aaron Rodgers in this one. I'm gonna tell you right now. And it's not a hot take because have you seen the Bengals recently with the players they have out of the lineup? I'm just telling you right now, I'm not, this is not advice. You cannot hold me accountable for this, but I personally am riding with one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time,
Wow.
the Cal legend.
Yeah, he is. Well, he's got more or less. His number, by the way, is 216 and a half pass yards. Feels like an easy more. Feels like an easy more. You can throw that with way other Aaron Rodgers numbers as well. But my guy is Jamar Chase because I believe now that he has a real quarterback, Joe Flacco, real quarterback that he's going to Joe Flacco only, he might be old, but he knows how to pass it to the guy that is the best receiver in the world. So more half reception or rush TD, that's easy. More or less 72 and a half reception receiving yards, that's an easy more. And then lastly, third one, if you want to do a third stack for Jamar Chase, it is 6.5 receptions. I feel like that's an easy more, considering that the Steelers are probably going to be up the whole game. They'll just be throwing. So you could do it all. You can throw everything on Jamar Chase. You could throw everything on Aaron Rodgers. Very easy. The app's easy to use. Just like 4 clicks, and you got your lineup. Just pick more, pick less. Download the app today. Use code Lightyears. Get $50. To get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Lightyears. Lightyears to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Guys, I'm here to talk about our friends over at Body Spec. You start getting older, you start getting a little more fitness conscious. Not just fitness conscious, you think about what's going on really in your body. And that's why I think Body Spec is so cool. You get older, you stand on the scale. Who really cares what your number is? What you really want to know is what's going on under the hood. And the best way to figure that out is a DEXA scan. Well, what's a DEXA scan? It's a highly accurate method of measuring your body's composition. So not just your weight, but body fat percentage. We've all seen pro athletes. Oh, he's 4% this. You're probably not. Me neither. Lean muscle mass, visceral body fat, the fat around your organs. Basically figure out what's actually going on under the hood. And a DEXA scan helps you do that. Every pro athlete does it. I can tell you all the Warriors, the Niners, the Giants, the Sharks, any of your favorite teams, they all get DEXA scans. It's an important part of kind of measuring where they're at physically so they can figure out their training going forward. And what's cool about our friends at Body Spec is they've made it affordable for everyone. This used to be like a $300 thing. Now with the code Lightyears45, you can get a DEXA scan for only $45. That's right. With the code Lightyears45, you can get a DEXA scan for only $45. And what's better is they have mobile vans that will come to you. So guys, go to bodyspec.com, use the code Lightyears45, start your fitness journey.
Let's rock and roll.
It really is kind of the best value ever. I don't know. It's a good deal. So I'm feeling pretty optimistic about this team. Obviously, I understand that they're older, but I will say there's Sam optimism and there's ESPN saying the Warriors will win 63 games and have the best record in the NBA optimism. Whoa. Just tell me when you saw this, you didn't immediately think it was fake.
I thought it was Santel. Had to be Santel. I thought you were trolling me. I didn't see this. I saw you text this to me. I saw you and then I saw you tweet about it because so I was just like, what is going? Because I thought it was fake. Because you know why they had the Warriors losing to the Magic in 7. So I was like, what's that? Look, the Warriors I kind of get, but the Magic, and they're gonna be what is?
I know it's like fake because you get the flattery of 63 wins and like everything's good and you're like, that's great, and then they're like, oh, and you're gonna lose to the Magic in Game 7. I'm like, what the fuck? What is that?
It's exactly my reaction. The Warriors are going to make it to the finals against the Magic. They're not going to lose to the fucking Magic.
I swear to God, if they win 63 games, get to the finals against the Magic, and then lose, I'll be more mad than if they lose in the play-in. Don't fucking do not set me up like that. But yeah, so let me give a little context on this because I was just like, look, man, I thought I was high on them saying they're going to win 51 games. Like that's what I was. No. That's what I was thinking. This is one simulation. This is an example of the model ESPN used that gave the Warriors 56 wins. So the way that model works is they run 1,000 simulations and then give you the averages. So this is kind of like, I don't want to say a best case simulation, but it's kind of a best case simulation where if everything breaks the Warriors' way, they think they can win 63 games. Yeah. Some of the chats like the ESPN LLM's hallucination. Hey, we trust AI. We trust AI when the results tell us what we want.
You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right.
I guess my question for you is, what would shock you more? The Warriors winning 60 games or the Warriors losing in the finals to the Magic?
I'm not gonna lie, it would shock me more if the Warriors win 60 games. It makes no it just I asked you all these questions already, but I'm just like, so did they take into account age in this? Did they what did they actually take into account? You know, because here's my thought process, right? In a regular season, more often than not, what's going to happen most likely is going to happen because the regular season's 82 games. It's like baseball. It's like there's no faking it. It's like if you're a good team, you're going to win a lot more games than you're going to win a lot more games than a bad team because it's not like it's 5 games, right? So for the Warriors, if you're an old team, you're probably not winning 60 games because you're an old team. Guys are going to get hurt. So that part blows my mind. In the 7-game series losing to the Magic, I'm like, all right, well, I don't know, maybe Jim gets hurt something, but yeah, man, I kind of need you to help me out here. What did they actually look at? What were the numbers to get them to 63 wins? I mean, that's more than the Thunder, who I think are probably going to win like 67 games. I feel like this season without even trying. So, that's going to be
I'll paint the case.
part.
Why don't I paint the case for you? And I'm not saying I 100% agree with it, but I think I understand the logic. Okay, so the case for the Warriors winning, let's just say high 50s or 60 plus games, is this. With Jimmy, they wanted a 63 win pace last year. So there is that general belief that Steph plus Jimmy plus competence wins games. And they added more competence. Al Horford, better than Looney. Love Loon, but Horford's better. D'Anthony Melton, better than no D'Anthony Melton. Pods, Moody, these guys in theory are going to get better than they were last year. So you have this roster that proved they could win over a 35-game sample at a 65-win pace. You're bringing it back this year. Now, I guess your argument would be you're betting on the depth being so good that it gives you optimal health. Because the best case scenario for the Warriors is really like a you remember those Spurs teams, 2012 to 14,
Yep.
the end of the Timmy, Tony, Manu run where Kawhi stood out. Like the thing that really helped them, and they won 60 games every year there, was they played 10, 11, 12 guys consistently, and no one ever played more than like 31 minutes. The year they won the title, no one played 30 minutes a game. Now, I don't think the Warriors could ever get away with that, but I do think in a world where you're a machine and you're getting 10 guys contributing, Steph can play 32 minutes a game and average 24 points and get a lot of wins based off of gravity where, if you watch the game, you understand like his screens are why Moses Moody had 18 points. His movement is why Pods went for 20. His movement's why Kuminga or Jimmy had a big night. But he doesn't have to assert himself like he has to when they play the better teams. You need 30 plus points. That is your best case scenario. They get that like team basketball built around these really smart guys and they have really optimal injury luck. That is your best case scenario. And I could see that team. I legitimately, actually, I'll put on record right now. I'm willing to bet a fully healthy Warriors team wins at a 60 plus win pace right now.
Well, okay.
I just don't know how many games they're going to get out of them. So
my
my point is your argument is they get into this rhythm where it creates a situation where, Jimmy gets closer to 70 games because he doesn't have to be playoff Jimmy most nights. I can sell, bro. I can sell.
So that one I buy. I mean, that one I buy. I buy that if they can get Jimmy 30 minutes a game and he doesn't have to go and free throw grift and bang his body every game, because that's how he gets hurt, right? He gets hurt
Yeah.
because he's throwing his body around and okay, I see you there, and I know I get what you're saying. You're not arguing for them actually winning 63 games. You're saying like, hey, like a 56 game win game is possible based on what you're saying, and I don't think I disagree with that. So I'm with you. I'm looking at some of the Spurs games played, and some of it's kind of unapproachable. Like Duncan played 74, so it's like I don't know. Steph's playing 74,
But he played 29 minutes a game.
yeah, he did.
Do you
And
think
so,
Steph could play 74 games? He played 29 minutes per game.
well, if you play 29 minutes per game, I don't know how many games they win. that's
Yeah,
the actual that's the problem. But I mean, look, Tony Parker only played 68. Kawhi played 66. Like it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like Boris Diaw plays 79, but Boris Diaw is like, I mean, he's like kind of their fifth best player. I love him, right? But he's not, Danny Green plays 68, Mono plays 68.
Boris,
so it's like,
Boris Diaw secretly the player
dude, I
who
love him.
cooks Draymond more than anyone. Like he could never figure him out.
No, because he had the center of gravity that Draymond is better at than everybody else in the league, but Boris Diaw's got a better center of gravity than him. I love Diaw, and Diaw's
He outfatted him. It was amazing. Yeah.
Bigger hips, bigger waist. Like that's Draymond's thing. Right? Like he can push you.
Yeah.
Like that's why he would be such a good football player. But look, I'm with you. Like I can see it. How many games did that Spurs team win? 61. So I mean that's a lot. I just but if can this Warriors team win 54, 55? I mean that's I have them at 48. That was my prediction. We'll get to our big prediction show this Sunday. So maybe I'll change my mind there, Sam. I think you might be moving me towards the 50s, but based on I think the argument that it's like if they don't have to do as much, specifically Steph and Jimmy, if they're able to do less, keep themselves a little more healthy, then yeah, I mean I'm with you. But then I watched tonight. I see Steph doing a spinning layup in transition. Then he's running into the cameraman. I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, Kenny. I mean, he knows how to pace himself, but there's a level of showmanship to him where when he starts feeling it, he starts throwing it around a little bit. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that is kind of the, as much as I want to go with the Spurs thing, like Steph's small and there's a level of like physical assertion he just needs to do to score. And then Jimmy, it's just his game, it's different than Tim Duncan, who's just he's fucking huge, it's a different animal. Right. So,
yeah. Jimmy, by the way, played 60 games in 2023, 64 in 2022. And then 57 in 2021. I'm not going to go far back than that. So he's around 60 games. Horford's going to be around 60 games. Steph, hopefully 65 to 70. And Draymond, I think, around the same, right? So 50 something. Yeah, I think so. That's a little less than the Spurs mark. So you probably can't get up there in the 60s. But hey, man, whatever this formula is, I need this. Sam, how do we steal this formula? 63. I need this. It's good stuff.
I mean, it's also betting on like the other part of this is like Pods has generally been a positive impact player. Moody had a very strong second half to last year. It sucks that he has this little calf thing. I'm going to take them at their word. That's not serious, but it really did feel like the second half of last year is finally Moody establishing himself as like a regular rotation guy. You can go down the thing. Yeah, 63 wins. I mean, I'm willing to drink the Kool-Aid. I'm willing to buy it. But, my honest prediction is I want them to clear 50 wins. I think they can clear 50 wins, and I will consider clearing 50 wins a big win.
So, yeah, I agree.
But
I agree with you.
63 is just being greedy. It's just being greedy.
Do you think Joe Lacob looks at this formula and just goes, yeah, just roster baiting to this formula?
You don't think they're running these projections internally?
100%. Remember last year, Joe did an interview with our guy MT, and he was
talking about his spreadsheets. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good old Joe, man. It's the best. Last year, the spreadsheets must have told him 63. That's Joe was fired up about. But at least this is believable. This is like, look, man, you got two players when they're on the court are the two best players most nights. Like at least two of the four best players most nights. And I don't think that's something you could say about this Warriors team the last 3 years.
You know what I think's funny? Looking at this, my favorite here is both the Mavericks and Lakers missing the playoffs. Not the playoffs, sorry, the play-in.
Wow. 36 and 46 for both of them. Wow.
God, Nico and Palenka really are like that meme, like just two dumb bitches saying exactly to each other, just making terrible.
I don't understand the way that the Mavericks are built. It just the Lakers, they're kind of stuck between the rock and a hard place. That they kind of had to make that trade for Luca, and they got LeBron. So I'm not really sure what you got to do. But Sam, the Mavs make no sense to me. Like, can we just talk about that for a second? The Anthony Davis, they got Daniel Gafford, they've got Derek
Cooper Flag at the
Lively.
2.
Cooper Flag at the 1, apparently, is playing the point. If he's not playing the 1, then D'Lo's playing the 1. Cooper Flag's playing the 2. What the fuck? What is? I like Cooper Flag. Everybody likes Cooper Flag. He's gonna be a very good basketball player.
Good.
But he's very good. But like, what are they trying to play in the 1990s? Are they
Correct.
trying to? I think that's what they're trying to do. I mean, Nico's probably got the mindset of a guy in the 1990s, right? Like Nico definitely looks at Steph and he's like, wouldn't be scoring in my era. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't be scoring in my era. All I do is just foul him. Wouldn't be able to get in the paint.
Nico thinks Kyrie is Kobe. And he's like, I'm just gonna put a bunch of size around him and let him cook.
It's an idiot.
Dude. Go.
Yeah, it's an idiot. 36
Go for
minutes.
Go for it, bro. Yeah, no, it's a mess.
There's got to be some skill here, man. There's just no skill on that team.
It's
outside of Cooper. Outside of Cooper, Kyrie's hurt, Sam. Like, you can't even count him. Like, he's literally coming off an ACL. Right?
I don't know when he's gonna be back. Like,
exactly.
34-year-old guard off an ACL is a very aggressive.
Good luck.
Very aggressive thing. Let's get a couple calls here and then let's call it a day.
Let's go.
Let's get Guru up here. Guru, what's up, bro? Oh, he's on mute. He's on mute. Not just Andy. Guru's on mute.
Unmute yourself. Don't be like me. Don't be a noob like me.
Oh, no.
I'm off.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. I had to give the laptop permissions. I'm usually on my phone when I'm on playback.
Oh, good, dude.
It's stupid stuff. Oh, well, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I mean, like, for me personally, if I'm going to evaluate like how this preseason game went, I think when I try to extrapolate this preseason game to the rest of the season, I'm trying to see, like, what are the Warriors gonna be like when Steph is not there, when Jimmy's not there, when Dre is not there. I think that's gonna determine how far they go this season, right? Are they a 50-plus win team? Are they a play-in team or a playoff team? Do they get home court? I think that's where the margins are gonna be made, and, like, sort of looking at the lineups without Steph, they were kind of lost on offense today. Like, I feel like Pods drives into the lane. He doesn't really have a plan on what he's gonna do once he gets there. And it's sort of like the Lakers game was great, but this game, like, not so much. And I guess I am a little concerned about, hey, if Jimmy is going to be out a long period of time, if Steph is ever out, like, how is this team going to, like, string together wins, or how are they even going to go 500? It's a concern of mine. And also the other thing is, like, the ball handling without Steph. I think like I saw a couple of times, like, Buddy get a rebound and he was just standing there, right? Like, and wondering what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just growing pains with this team, but I will say I really liked Will Richards today. He sort of reminds me of Jalen Wells last year with Memphis as a
it's good. It's a good comp.
yeah, yeah. I think there's an opportunity here for him to get playing time, especially given his length, and like how, like, if Jimmy is ever going to be out an extended period of time with anything, right? I think he's a good guy to just stick in there, and he's going to give you 10 to 15 solid minutes. So, yeah.
I like that. I mean, look, it's not like I disagree with you. If they're missing main guys, it's going to be a question how they're going to do it. I'm kind of a realist about it. Like, That's the team they have. We're riding with older guys. It is what it is. The hope is if their young depth is able to give them enough that like it mitigates the risk to the older guys. Not from a standpoint of they're going to be able to hang if Steph is out of the lineup, but that they can do enough so that Steph doesn't have to be out of the lineup as much.
Correct.
I also think like this is just how it is with every other team too, though. Like if LeBron's gonna sit, like the Lakers are gonna struggle. If Steph's gonna sit, Jimmy got to be there, or they're gonna struggle. Like we did see in the end of last season too. There are games that Steph would sit out. Like the Warriors were fine as long as Jimmy there. Like that's the other part of this that's really cool about having two alphas, two alphas.
Three
is
alphas.
that yeah.
Three alphas.
Which one is the third one? Gotta be Will Richard.
Pause.
Will Richard.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
Too many alphas.
Yeah, I mean, Kuminga thinks he's an alpha. I think is like if you can sit a guy, if Steph, I think we talked about his last show, and I think this is like the funniest part is they almost have to time their injuries. Like if Steph is going to sit a week with an ankle or 2 weeks with an ankle, that better not be the week that Jimmy's taking time off. You know what I mean?
That's my thing. That's my thing.
You know what I mean? Because if he's gonna take 2 weeks off, if you've got Jimmy there, I mean you can go 4-2 with Steph out and with vice versa. So.
And that is kind of the positive case. The positive case is the injury bug doesn't hit them in a tragic way. Steph misses a couple games here or there, but everyone else is there. And the negative case is, I don't need to spell it out for everyone. They get hurt a little more than you want, and they all miss games at the same time. And we got to watch 10 games without Steph and Jimmy and Draymond at the same time. Like I don't even see the point of worrying about it. It just kind of is what it is at this point. So.
Yeah, and like in that same vein, right? So like, and this is just a question I have for you guys, right? In the name of preserving Draymond, and like you guys know, and most of the people who follow me on Twitter know, I'm not a Kuminga fan. I'm not a Kuminga fan at all. Don't come with me with that after I ask this. Having said that, with Horford in the starting lineup, it feels like that is a combination that works.
Oh, I agree with you. Like,
do you consider starting Kuminga over Draymond at some point? Like at some point, in the name of preserving Draymond, I'm putting it out there.
I've been saying that all off season. I think they're gonna start all the old guys because they've earned it, like opening night. But I think it is a disservice to this team if you do not figure out a stagger with Horford and Draymond. And one of them is going to have to bite their pride and do the Iguodala. And actually, I'm not even too worried about it because Draymond's done it enough times and he doesn't really seem to care. He really only seems mad if he gets benched at the end of a game. And Horford has also come off the bench. So I agree with you. I think Kuminga with Horford is a really good combination. Kuminga is at his best in that combination. It benefits the team the most in that combination. And to your point, like it's going to give the old guys the best chance to stay healthy. So I don't even see it as my real question is when they get to it. Like, are they going to do it on opening night, or is Steve going to go through this charade to let the old guys start together because of legacy?
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Guru. Have a great evening, my man.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Guru. Good man.
Oh. Guru's ready for the regular season. I'm ready for the regular season. I think we're all ready. Before we get out of here, I do want to say a couple things.
Yes.
We got a fun show coming Thursday night. We'll play a little around the horn. You guys can tune in and see what that's all about. And then Sunday, I just want to throw us out there. I'm not going to tell people who our special guests are, but as has been the case the last 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 years, maybe 5 years, we're going to do a 2-hour stream on Sunday night. Our season preview, special guests. We're going to bring people in. It's going to be a good time. And you know what? when the season starts, we're gonna be here after every game.
Come on, it's gonna be amazing. You're selling the show. It's gonna be unbelievable, dude. We're gonna does the Sunday show. We've done it like the last 5 years, man. It's awesome. We bring like 4 or 5 media personalities. We're gonna bring on the Gooners, the Goons. You guys are gonna give us your takes. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, this is like the most I've looked forward to a season in like 3 seasons, Sam. So I need this. I need Sunday night. This will be after Niners beat the Falcons at home on Sunday Night Football. Who also need a win. So yeah, man, let's go. Yeah. Just comments. Just say MT is stopping by. Well, no, cannot say. But Sam's got it dialed up, man. We're fired up. We're locked in. Let's go Sunday night.
Appreciate